Weapons Alarm Solutions Crime Series Volume 17. This one is going to be rather interesting because I don't have the exact gun here, which I need, but I have a similar. Today's crime series is going to be on the Glock switches. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Glock switch is, you replace the back plate with a device which has an arm, which we'll get to in a little bit, which causes this pistol to be selective fire, basically turning it into a Glock 18, which is a machine pistol. Now, in my 10 years of doing forensics, I never, in either laboratory in Milwaukee or in New York, ever had a machine gun come in. It never happened. We never saw them. In our laboratory in Wisconsin, we had a few examples. We had a full auto M16 that somebody converted over. We had a Tech 9 that somebody converted over. That was pretty much it. We didn't really have a lot that came in that was converted. It just wasn't a thing. Well, this has now changed it. Again, this end plate, as it came out, was very simple to manufacture, and many people did. Now, it started out in 1996. It was patented in 1998 by a gentleman named Jorge A. Leon. He had developed it. And it's very simple to manufacture. People are manufacturing them on 3D printers. So basically what it does is it replaces a slide end plate in the back of the slide. When placed in the automatic position, the arm on the switch prevents the trigger bar from capturing the striker. So while the slide is moving rearward, the trigger bar pulls rearward on the striker, but when the slide closes and locks, the trigger bar down drops and the striker is released, resulting in the pistol firing upwards of 12 to 1,500 rounds a minute. Now, again, we don't have one to show you, so I'm going to show you some pictures of what it looks like. Now, again, this is all NFA. You're going to be seeing some videos where we're testing this. Now, both of the ones that I'm using, these were licensed to 2 different SOTs, and they were both Glock switches. We got to shoot them quite a bit. I'm actually very familiar with the Glock 18. I've had opportunities to shoot it on several occasions. Basically, you just have this little button in the back. Other than that, it's basically just like shooting it. Now, this does convert a pistol into a machine gun, which is subjected to National Firearms Act. Your penalties are up to 10 years, up to $250 fine. Now, in 2019, the ATF recovered thousands of Glock switches manufactured in China coming into the country. And around 2021, Glock switches started being made from 3D printers and started surfacing for as little as $20. So basically, these are being used in crime. They are being picked up on the streets. Police do see them. This is really the first time that really real machine guns are being seen in law enforcement. Now, of course, legally, unless you have an SOT, there's no way to get one of these. If you have an SOT manufacturer's license, you can obtain them, you can build them, but that is the only way that you can get one. There's no way for anybody who does not have that license to get one of these legally. So again, this is really a new phenomenon, which I have not seen before. We did have, again, some machine guns in our reference collections, but never anything like this, and I never seen a Glock 18 in a reference collection either. They're very, very rare in the country. So overall, this is a relatively short, because obviously I can't show you the actual part, but we did show you some pictures. But this has really been a game changer for as far as law enforcement actually seeing machine guns. This is something that you could cause a lot of damage with. Somebody who's trained, as you can see, the way I'm shooting it, it's not difficult to control if you know how to do it. If you get behind it, you can keep it on target. If not, this thing can fly right over. Right over. I can give you sort of an example of this. When I was working in the crime lab in Rochester, New York, there was a trade show that was for law enforcement. It was held at the Rochester Police Department range. Now, RPD range, the other side of the range is our airport. Well, a Glock rep was there, and he had a Glock 18 out there. Well, he was giving the Glock 18, and people were shooting the things, and they were unable to control them. Well, they got a call that there were bullets that were found at the airport. The bullets had come back, and at that time, I was working for Colt. I was not when I was working for the crime lab, excuse me. At that time, I was working for Colt, and I was a representative there for Colt. And the range guys went over to the airport. They picked up the bullets and brought them back. And sure enough, they showed them to me, and I looked at them. These were fired out of a cold hammer forged polygon barrel. Going on that range, there was only one gun that had that characteristics. It was the Glock 18. So even in law enforcement hands, who are not who you would think would be proficient with these firearms, some cop launched some rounds over the berm. Again, you're right in front of the berm. I don't know how it was done. Launched them over, and they landed in an airport. So if you're not familiar with how to use one of these, they can cause a lot of havoc. You know, there was a guy, he was one of the Glock reps. I'm not sure he's still with it or not, but he used to say that the Glock 18 is the best gun in the world if you're ever in a gunfight in a phone booth. There's probably a lot of truth in that, because you expend your ammunition so fast that just like that, your magazine's gone. So you really have to learn how to do short bursts with it. But for the first time in crime use, we're now seeing real machine guns, and they're easy to do. Again, anybody can do it. You're just pushing down on the striker, pushes it in, releases the butt plate, you slide the new one up. That's it. There's no gunsmithing. It's just really replacing a part. And you have seen some publicity on the news about this as well, with these being taken off the streets. You'll see some photographs that I have of these that were taken off of crime scenes. But yeah, I wanted to do something on this because this is really a first. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, and even better, share.